Hey everybody, this is Chris for AFGolfStore, back for another episode of Afternoon Tea. This week I'm at our Peterborough store in the AFGolf Build Centre with the build man himself, Lewis Daff. How are you, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, mate?
Yeah, excellent, mate. Excellent. So today's episode is going to be a little bit of an insight into the Build Centre, what we build up here, how we build, so the process. And we've got a little surprise for you in a minute. Perhaps you could just let us know what do we build up here?
Yeah, so when you come in and get custom fit at any of the stores, whether it's Kingsway, Milton Keynes or here at Peterborough, you've got the option of paying small charge extra, whether it's for driver, irons, wedges, and we will custom build the product for you. So rather than waiting potentially kind of 6 to 8 weeks that you might see, you're going to be looking at 5 working days for us, and that's delivered to you or delivered to a store for you to collect as well. All the components we have in stock, so we go from head, shaft, grip, ferrule, glued, and it's all weighted exactly to your spec as well.
Perfect. And what brands are we looking at with that?
So current brands that we stock are Callaway, we've got TaylorMade as well, we carry PXG, and we also stock Titleist.
Excellent. Excellent. And all the latest models as well?
Yes, yeah, everything current line.
Perfect. Which brings us nicely, you said Titleist, into the latest release, which we've got here, which is the SM9, the newest wedge on the market for this season. We're pretty excited about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so wedge lines, we've had TaylorMade recently, but due obviously to SM9 coming out, we didn't want to go too deep with SM8. We have now gone very, very deep with SM9. We are carrying every single one of the 6 grinds that we can offer. Every single loft option, every single bounce, we are fully stocked on SM9.
Yeah, massive drop yesterday, which is great. At the moment, it's only in the chrome head though.
That's correct, yes. So chrome head is what we carry in stock. If you are after any of the other options, obviously the stores will be carrying certain stock as well. And we can go into the 3 other finishes, whether it's the raw, the brushed steel or the jet black. All that will just have to come from Titleist. So you're looking at a few extra days wait before it gets to us, but you can still have it built in-house with us as well.
Perfect. So if you want the chrome, 5 working days, and we can start that as of now, today, right?
Well, yeah, so launch day is Friday, Friday the 11th, so we've already got some heads glued actually, which will be delivered to customers Friday morning, so they can have them for their first round on launch day.
Nice and early, excellent. So yeah, well, let's take a little look through the process. I think it's quite important to point out how we can go about doing this. So there's 2 start points here, 2 entry points. If you already know your specs, so you were fitted last year for the SM8 or previous models SM7, and you know your spec, you know your shaft, you know what grinds, you know what lofts you want, you can come straight to you direct, order this in. As you said, you've already had a customer do that. And we can start that build process straight away.
100%, yeah, so you can send an email direct to me, and we will sort out kind of purchasing, that kind of thing for you, just double check your spec. Or, like you said, you go into any of the stores, you go for a fitting, or you can just go straight in and order your spec with the guys in the stores as well.
Perfect, yeah, like you said, step 2 is the custom fitting process, which is completely free of charge. Either downstairs here at Peterborough, we've got an indoor studio over at Milton Keynes, our newest store, or we've got our studio at our Cambridge store, where we can start fitting next week. Perfect. Okay, well, let's assume we've had somebody send their spec in, or we've had the fitting process. Where do we begin? What's the first step that you get when you get that order coming to you? How long is it going to take for you to build this product? And yeah, let's go through the process of where we start.
Yeah, sure. So starting point is pulling the heads out from drawers, pulling all the components we need, shafts, etc. as well. It all goes onto here, where your printout will also be stacked. Everything is kept in a queue, so we obviously have a process of how they were ordered come in. Once it's your time to go, we will pull shafts, we will pull heads out. They get taken across the board over here.
With that, so you pull the shafts. What shaft options are there? I think it's worth pointing out.
I mean, shaft options wise, it's kind of wherever you want to go with it. So we carry KBS, True Temper. You've got Project X shafts. We do Nippon as well. Aerotech. It's really however you want to go. The stock options that we carry for SM9 in particular will be Project X, whether it's 5.5, 6.0, 6.5, and you've also got the stock Dynamic Gold Wedge Flex S200. which will sit kind of in between stiff and regular. It just means that you get stability obviously through with that kind of setup. But you can have whatever you want to, you really can. So for instance, we've got a customer here who's got some Modus 130X and stiff. They're going into a 3-set wedge. From that point, everything will come over to here. So we will then measure components from this end, double check obviously that we've got the correct build spec to start with. Heads will go in this end, shaft will lay across here, and then the shaft will get marked at the correct length. So for a stock gap wedge, we want to go in 35.5, but you can obviously have it built to whatever spec you want it to go to. Once we've got all our markings in place, we've double checked them, make sure we're happy. You've then got across here to the spinning wheel of death. This will come on, cut the shaft to the right length. It will then be tipped as well, so you get an extra little bit of prep, just helps the glue hold in place. Once that's been done, we come back across to our swing weight scale. This is important because we want to get the balance of the clubs as good as we can for you, so you get consistency as you deliver the club through impact as well. Once we've got our swing weight and we're happy with it, using our cut grips for balancing, we will then go back across to the space over here, where the gluing will be finished. So the heads will go in, ferrules will go in, shafts go into the heads obviously, and then once we've got that, we'll go on the wall here. You've got 24-hour gluing, and then once that 24 hours is done, we will just obviously wipe off any excess coming back across over here, and then the final part of it is we'll go to the far end, and at the far end we have got loft lie spec. So we've got a digital loft lie scale. This gets checked off every day with our test club, where we've got our specs written on it, so we know exactly what it should be. Double checked off. Once we're happy that we've got loft and lie in the correct position for you, it will then just go back into final finishing in the box, and then it's to your store or to your house immediately.
What about grip options?
Grip options is great. So if you have a little look across the front here, you can kind of see what we do, what we don't carry. We have a few more options than this now as well. There are a few that need to get added back into it.
Yeah, a lot of new releases for this.
100%, but whether it's Golf Pride, Lambkin, if you want something extra special, we can probably get hold of that one as well. Yeah. We've got 3 different providers for grips now, so we are fully stocked with pretty much everything we can do. If you need a little bit of guidance for it, any of the guys in the store can help you talk through what options we have, whether you want moisture management, firmer feel, softer feel. Once you've found the grip of choice, which will obviously be selected before we swing weight to balance the club out properly, it's then just about how it feels in your hands, and like I said, it will come gripped on for you exactly how you want it.
Perfect. You mentioned that you did some gluing yesterday.
Yeah.
Take a little look to see what...
of course we can, yeah. So we've got some SM9s already on the go. We've had our first order come in for them.
You can see quite a lot of on the build.
Yeah, we're busy at the minute. So this is our first option. This is something we built earlier. We blew Peter it. So there's not too much finishing required on this one. There'll be a touch of excess glue that we might need to take off and just round the ferrule down so it fits as flush as possible. Wipe down of the shaft here, but otherwise they're good to go. Layers of tape are already put on because when we're balancing it, we want to make sure that we have the right amount of layers of tape for the grip to then balance properly as well. But this will get finished off, sent out to the customer for Friday morning. But yeah, good to go.
What's the spec on those?
Spec we've got on these, we've got Project X LZ 6.0 in both the 50 and the 54 wedge. And then we have a 58 as well to go into it. 58 has got a 5.5, a little bit softer just because it's not going to be swung as full, so it doesn't need to be quite as stiff. Standard loft, standard lie on them. We are actually 1/4 of an inch short on the top, but it's just obviously how the customer has his irons, how he wants to play comfortably for him. Yeah.
All protection covers still on the heads, and probably worth noting as well that Titleist quality check all of their groups as well. So you know when you get these clubs that we've kept the same standards our end as well.
Yes,
they're going to be in great condition, ready to hit out on the fairways.
100%.
Excellent. Well, Lewis, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully that's a great little insight to the AFGolf Build Centre. It's continuing to expand as well. As you can see, we've got a lot on the line, so we're keeping busy. Really excited for a busy season of SM9. So if you're looking to take a custom fit, just go to our website, afgolfstore.co.uk. You can book in a free custom fit with the SM9 from next week. Or if you know your spec, you can go straight to the AFGolf Build Centre and get them built as of today. We look forward to seeing you soon, guys.